All right, so I know that everybody and their mom is making a video about the Minecraft movie, but there's one thing about it that I wanted to talk about where I don't understand why this keeps being a thing. Because I feel like the thing that's said is like, well, it's this movie's not aimed for you because I'm an adult. That's fine. But whether you're a kid, a teen, an adult, a senior citizen, I don't understand why this one thing keeps happening. I don't know how often this happens, but like this has definitely happened before where there's an iconic character and then you're just supposed to pretend that what you're seeing is the iconic character. Because I've seen some people say that the movie should have just been fully animated. I agree. But honestly, if they wanted to just have like real people in there mixed with CGI, fine. That's where it'd be like, look, the movie's not aimed for you. They're trying something different. Like, okay, I could. There's noise going on in the background. Sorry about that. I could deal with that. The thing that makes no sense is when they want you to play pretend. What I'm showing on screen right now, that's Steve. That's not Steve. That's just Jack Black. And you could argue like, well, like what do you expect him to do? Well, I would argue that they honestly just said, "Can you do the Jack Black thing?" Because he literally just goes, "I am Steve." Like that is just Jack Black being Jack Black. So he's not even being a different character. He's just being himself. It's just so strange to me when movies do this. In a different way, it's kind of like what happened with Sonic. I mean, Sonic, that trailer came out. It's so weird to think that we're getting that the third one's coming out soon. When who knows? Maybe we maybe it would have just ended on the first one. I mean, he looked so, and I don't mean to laugh to like make fun of it. I mean, I'm sure it took a lot of effort to make that character, but whose decision was it to do that? I mean, he didn't look anything like Sonic, and that's what I don't understand. Is why do they do it in a way where you have to like play pretend? Because I think the Sonic movie was great. And it's weird to think that I probably would have left seeing that movie thinking that it wasn't great. Like I would have like the impression I would have gotten from seeing it, I would have been like, well, I don't know. I mean, it was kind of cool, but it was a little weird. Like even thinking about some of the scenes in that movie, thinking about that modeled Sonic making those like emotions that happened and just like overall the movie in general, I don't think it would have had the same effect. It's the fact that you're watching Sonic, like you know Sonic. And sure, I'm sure there's people that watch it that don't know Sonic that well or anything, but I feel like you just get more like yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you just completely don't know Sonic, sure, maybe you could still get into it this in a similar way, but I just that Sonic just looked I mean, I don't know what they were going for. But then with this movie, that is just not Steve. And this is coming from somebody I'm not a huge Minecraft fan. And I when I heard about this movie coming out, I was excited. Like there's some things that I just like the world of it, the aesthetic of it, but I just don't really play it myself. But like I could watch a stream of Minecraft, I could watch a video of Minecraft. Like I like it enough. Like I got excited when I saw the SpongeBob DLC. I think the Mario DLC stuff was cool. It's like the game's cool. I just don't really play it myself. I was pretty excited when I heard about the movie. One of the most iconic things right now, like one of them. Like Steve is way up there, Minecraft's way up there. Like the world of Minecraft in general is just way up there. I mean, it's huge. Every time I go to Walmart, I mean, there's Minecraft stuff there. Like, it's everywhere. So like, are they gonna sell Jack Black action figures and just write Steve on it? I don't really understand it. The Mario movie, I was a little annoyed at first that it wasn't the original voice actor. But then thinking about it, it was like, okay, like maybe this does make sense. Like maybe it would get annoying to hear like Mario saying stuff for an hour, some odd minutes in the voice that he has. I don't know. Maybe it would have been fine, but I was starting to kind of get on board with like, okay, maybe it did make sense that they chose a different voice because it's cool in the games, but maybe if it was a certain time period of hearing that voice, maybe it would get old. Maybe it would have just been out of character to have him talking that much, so they just wanted to kind of like separate it. Like there's definitely reasons there, and that movie ended up amazing to me. I actually like really, really, really like that movie. And I still think that Mario didn't need to look that different from what they did. Like, I think it would have been fine if he looked like how he did in the games, but that's like a minor gripe. Overall, the movie was great and it had a ton of source material. This, or like, there was a ton of stuff in the movie from the source material, and it was so cool to see. This movie, I mean, maybe it will do the same thing with that, but I'm already so removed from the movie. I guess that was removal from the movie because that's just not Steve. Like that is the one thing they could have had real people in it. That's fine. Like I still agree with everyone else that's saying like it should just been fully animated. Well, I don't know how many people are saying that, but I saw people saying it, and I agree. Fully animated, I think it would have been great, but they didn't go that route. So it's like, okay, they wanted to put in like real people. I could go along with that too. It's Steve. Like seeing those people interact with Steve, like an animated Steve, totally fine. I think it would have been fine. Would it have been better if it was fully animated? Maybe. I don't know. I think it could have done fine. Well, let's be real. The movie's going to do fine no matter what. But in terms of like a lot of people being on board with it, I think people would have been more on board if they saw Steve pop up and it was Steve. Like they could have even done like a scene where it's like, you know, the reveal, like how they did when I'm Steve, like that, except he says nothing and just like eats a piece of meat or whatever. And you just like hear the sound effect and then it switches back to the people. I think it would have been cool. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I mean, it's just a movie that I don't think is aimed towards me. I'm an adult, but I just, like I said, I don't think that really matters. Because even if I was a kid, I would want to see Steve, not Jack Black. Will the movie end up being like good? I mean, maybe it'll still be a fun watch, but it's not really going to feel like Minecraft to me. Like, I don't understand why. Even if they just wanted, like, if they wanted to give Steve a voice and Jack Black voiced him, fine. Like, I think Jack Black, like, this is no knock to him, by the way. I think he nailed doing Bowser. I think he did an amazing job doing Bowser in the Mario movie. I think he could have done a great job with this too, but I mean, I think he also himself was like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, I would love to know. Granted, we haven't seen the whole movie, but from the trailer, just the way he goes, I'm Steve, it feels just like Jack Black. So like, I wonder if they said like, do what you feel. Like, what was written on that script? Like, did it say like parentheses, do the Jack Black thing? Like, it's very strange to me. I don't really know why they went this route. I don't understand what there is to gain, because it's not even like a laziness thing, because they animated the entire world. So like they did all that effort. I mean, I think they could have just made Steve. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I'm definitely going to go see it. I am so curious as to how this is going to end up being. Because like I said, I mean, it could end up being like a fun watch, but it's just strange because I don't think I'll look at it the way I feel like I like should be. Like I feel like the movie should have been made to where like you're looking at Steve. Because even then, I mean, him saying that he's Steve, he's not blocky or anything. Like it's just like literally not Steve. I don't know. Definitely an odd one. Because I mean, at least even when you think about, I mean, I know the movie, you know, I haven't seen it. I don't even think fully. I just remember seeing bits and pieces or like even just like one piece as a kid. But the Mario Bros movie, at least like you know, Mario and Luigi are human beings that don't look like blocks. So it like made sense to have human beings in it. And then even with Bowser, I mean, he looked pretty wonky, but like, you know, they didn't make him just a human. So I don't know. It's just very strange. I don't know. I guess I just don't know what, like from the higher ups viewpoint. Cause like, I mean, they just want to make money, right? So it's like I don't understand from like that point of view where they go like, that's what we wanted, like perfect. Because I feel like kids will recognize Steve. Like they would gravitate towards Steve. They're gonna see Jack Black and just be like, well, I mean, that's not Steve. Like, who is that? Like that's just what I don't get. Like even merchandise wise, like not saying that they should look at the movie in terms of making merchandise, but like it's just so strange, like to go with all your like Minecraft stuff, like ready to watch the movie. You got like 5 different Steve things around you, and then there's Jack Black. Because even with the Mario movie, they sell merch. It's like separate. There's Mario movie merch, and then there's like Nintendo video game Mario merch, and they look very different. Like you can easily tell the difference. So with this too, I mean, I don't think they'll do it, but I would love to see them just like release Jack Black as like that's Steve. Like it just says Steve on it. But I don't know. Like I said, I think the movie, like who knows? It could be a fun watch. It might end up being just bad. I don't know. But I mainly just wanted to talk about the fact of like I don't get this concept of like we're gonna have the entire audience play pretend. That's what I don't get. And maybe that's where you guys in the comments like could give some ideas of like why they would do this. But like I legit don't understand it. Because like I said, I think the movie could still work not being animated. Like again, maybe it wouldn't be as good. I think it could still work having the real people there. It's just Steve. Like that's the one that confuses me the most. So let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to see the movie anyway. So see how it is.